Okay, welcome back to this episode. And last time, what we did was we gave the enemy the ability to take damage and also give damage, so they can shoot us and we can shoot them and kill them. So in this episode, what I wanted to do is get this game ready to get, shipped. We're almost to that point because now that I've got all the mechanics that I really want in there, I had a list of mechanics that I wanted to get in there from the beginning, and they're in there. Now what I need to do is go through and place them, in very creative ways all throughout my level. So like you can just take all the different mechanics you have and just mix and match them with each other, so you can make some really cool combinations happen on the inside of there. Remember, you have enemies, you have doors, you have key cards, you have level blueprints, you have all this at your exposure. But this time, in order to get this game ready to get shipped, what we gotta do is we gotta go back and polish. So the next few episodes, we're going to be touching up a few things that we've already touched on. And in this one, what we're going to do is we're actually going to look at the pause menu. So here on the pause menu, it's very basic. We want it to be a little bit cooler than this. So, first things first, what I would do is let's add the ability to quit the game from the pause menu. So, let's drag out a button. Actually, I will drag out a vertical box here, because we'll put it all in the same. So drag out your vertical box, put it in the middle of your screen, get it as big as you need it. These are where your buttons are going to go. And then what you want to do is just drag in your buttons. So the first button that we want is going to be, I said quit the game, but let's go ahead and add it in 3 buttons, 2 and 3. Now you might have noticed that they're all like bunched up, and that's okay. It's okay. What you need to do is click on your vertical box and size the well, not size. Okay, it would be each button. What we're going to do is we're going to fill out each button. So right here where it says fill, just type in fill or click fill, and then each button should fill up the maximum amount of space. Now what we also want to do is do padding. At the top, it's going to pad these buttons all the way around. Now I'm going to say a good 25 to 50. So 25 to start. That looks pretty good. We'll stick with 25. So padding 25 for each of them. And then we need to drop text on top of them. So the text can be on all 3. And the first one, I don't know what we're going to say, resume game maybe. Because you can obviously pause and then unpause, but I don't know, maybe resume game would be a good one. This one, let's say save game, and this one reset game or quit game. The save game, again, I don't want them to be able to save at will, so I'm not going to put save game. I'm going to put reset game, quit game. So let's do that. Quit game. Now on this button, or basically on the text, you want to make sure they can't touch the text, so I always click is enabled off on the text. Now for the button, all you have to do is open the graph, or sorry, go to the designer, and then you can come down here on the button and say on clicked. We're just going to say quit the game. Quit game. If you wanted a widget to come up before the game quit, then you could put a widget in between there. But for me, I just want the game to quit. When they click that, perfect. For this middle one, we said reset the game. Reset game. And the top one, what did we say? Resume the game. Now, honestly, I would put options and all that kind of stuff in here. We can do that later though. But for reset the game, we're going to cast to the save, and we're going to just reset the game at that one. Resume the game, we're going to just unpause the game. So compile and save. Let's make sure our quit game is coming up correctly and it quits the game. Pause. Quit game. Perfect. Okay, next thing is, let's go ahead and get the reset game going. So, on clicked. Alright, so this is what we're going to probably have to do. Probably have to cast to my save game. Hey, 1 second, I'm going to find this node. Alright, so maybe it's not load game in slot. Maybe it is delete game in slot. I think that's the one. Delete. Yes, there we go. Delete game in slot. And the slot that we want is slot 1. So first, when they click the reset the game, we want it to delete the save game that they got. And then we want it to open up the level. Open level. And the name of our level is third person map. Really creative name. And make sure you spell it just like that. Just like it's spelled on the level. So basically when we click reset game, it's going to delete the game in slot. And then it's going to open the level by name. So it's going to just start the level over without the save game. And now back to our designer, resume game. Well, we want to go ahead and let's hook up this one. So on clicked, what we're going to do is resume game. We want all the widgets to get off the screen. So let's get all widgets of class. And we're going to get the pause widget that we have on the screen. And then simply just remove it from parent. And after that, we're not finished. What we have to do is we have to make sure that the mouse goes away. So right click and say get player controller. And what you want to do off of here is say set input mode to game only. And then set show mouse cursor. Cool. So the input mode is going to be set to the game only, and the mouse cursor will be gone, and the pause will be unpaused. Now, let's look at the pause to make sure like we reversed everything. So when the player does pause, I don't know if she sets the game pause or not, because sometimes I do that in my games, sometimes I don't. It depends on what I want to happen. So in this one, we set the game to pause. So we need to set the game unpaused when they click resume. So let's just set the game to unpaused. So off of this one, set game paused, and just leave it blank. Compile and save. Now let's make sure that works as well. Because if that works, that's pretty much our pause menu set up perfectly. We can add sound and stuff like that later, but let's press pause, resume game. Okay, that's perfect. Pause, reset the game. This seemed to have crashed me out, yeah? Aha! I see what's happening there. So when we reset the game, here, let's see, when it opens the level again, I think something's going on here. Reset. It says that we're dead. Alright, let's fix the reset and then we'll be done. So on HUDs, on your pause, reset. So we want to reset the game and then you'll have to quit it. So in order to do that, let's just take off the open level by name. And so reset will just delete the game in slot. Now, the only way we can test this out is if we go get a save game. So here, let's go ahead and run through this building and get to the save game point. Now, I don't know if you guys have been having the same problem, but with me, there's a door that I cannot get the collision to stick on. And I think this is a bug in Unreal Engine 5.1. No matter what I do to this door, the collision will not stay there. Like I've set this nanite a billion zillion times and saved it, but it just doesn't stick when I save for some reason. And I don't think this is a user error at all. I think it's more so a bug in Unreal Engine 5, like I said. So once you got that, you can put the collision on it here. Now I'm gonna try to go get the save game so we can test out that reset function. So we're gonna run past all these guys. Hopefully they don't see her. She's going in.
You have been captured against your will. You will never break out. You will never see the light of day.
Sometimes it's fun to be cheesy. Alright, let's run here, do the red, do the blue, get the key, go through, and we're gonna get a save. Alright, so our save game is here. So if I exit the game and I play the game, we should start from there. So let's make sure that works. Of course it works. We've been doing that. So, but what happens when we pause the game, reset the game, and quit the game? Now what happens if we play? She starts from the beginning. So reset works perfectly. And that's how you make a more improved pause menu, give them a little bit more options to do when they pause the game. So that's all I wanted to show you this episode. I hope you learned something, and thanks for following along, and I'll holler at y'all next time. Peace.
Hey!